Afternoon VC. Alright, it's been a few days. Been down to Florida for the 4th of July. Try to put a little bit of footage in of where I stayed at. It's our friend Mark Lau's property, an oasis in Orange City. And they now have some cows that they take care of. And they have a donkey named Misty that guards them from all the crazy animals that are back there, like there's coyotes back there and alligators and all kinds of good stuff. But yeah, records, which is what you're here for. And I've got a few here from last maybe 2 or 3 weeks or so. I don't think I've done a video in a little bit. Kind of out of my weekly routine here. First up, went into Lunchbox Records because I ordered this one on their website, and so I went in to pick it up. And then what usually happens when I go into Lunchbox is I go in to pick something up, and then I end up digging in there to see what else I can find. And I need to get in the habit of just going in, grabbing the bag, and getting out of there. But this is what I wanted to pick up. Fred Anderson and Hamid Drake, From the River to the Ocean, double LP on Thrill Jockey Records, originally released only on CD. And so I'm very pleased to start seeing some of the CD-only era jazz getting vinyl issues. So thank you, Thrill Jockeys. Fred Anderson, hell of a tenor player. Hamid Drake is one of my favorite jazz drummers of all time. And this is pressed very well. It sounds fantastic. It is on this clear, weird looking wax, which was completely unnecessary, but it is what it is. It's what they do to try to have an extra selling point, I guess, but it does come with a download as well. So I have this in the car. And yeah, some long sides here. But yeah, Jeff Parker also featured here on guitar on a few tracks. Harrison Bankhead on cello on a few tracks. Joshua Abrams bass. Fantastic record. Highly recommend. There's a couple versions of this. I think you can get regular black vinyl as well. But I did get this crazy clear deal. So that's what I wanted to pick up. And then when I looped around and looked in my normal spots in Lunchbox, this is what I came out with. This record I thought was out of print already, but maybe I'm completely off. But Witch Introduction, the private press version, reissue on now again. Maybe some dead stock copies. So was happy to see this. Great Zamrock. I'm not going to be going after an original from Dylan or anything like that anytime. So Strawberry Rain also involved with putting these pressings out, and so it's higher quality than just the Now Again stuff, in my opinion. Yeah, this one's perfect sounding, flat pressing, really nice. There's your labels. But I guess this was the original first cover for this record, because there's a different issue of it later on. From 1972. Been a lot of Zamrock going around the VC, so keeping it rolling here. Witch Introduction. Found this in the used bin for extremely cheap, and I've seen these records a million times. Just decided to grab it because it was probably like $5 or something. Shakti with John McLaughlin on Columbia. Record's not in the best of shape, but it was, I mean, dirt cheap. Yeah, John. I love John McLaughlin on guitar, and I really dig the tabla that's on here. One of the Shankars is on violin on this. Probably one of Ravi Shankar's sons. But yeah, very happy to have a copy of Shakti. There's a few others I think, but we'll start with that one. This was also super cheap in the used, and I don't know this record. I still haven't had a chance to spin it. Maybe somebody like Stunty can tell me what this is all about. But Bernard Fite, La Guepe, on Soulflake Continue Records, so a reissue of, I think originally put out on Futura in France, which I have a few original records on the Futura label, which are freaking great. But I also bought this based on some of the instruments that I saw here. Bevan Jean Guerin on contrabass, piano, percussions, vibes, alto sax. Francois Tousquet on piano, and I'm probably butchering some of these French names. I'm terrible with the French. Jean-Paul Rondapierre on trumpet and marimba. Jacques Minor on saxophones, violin, clarinet, and Bernard Fite on, or Vitet, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, on vibes, piano, trumpet, violin. A lot of different instruments these guys are throwing at us on this one. Yeah, so this is a mythical avant jazz album, a truly magical session put together by Bernard in December of 1971. So 1971, pretty early on in this kind of deal. So this should be fantastic. Looking forward to spinning that today. This was also super cheap in the used, and I always usually pass these records by, but this one caught my eye based on the cover, and the price, and the fact that I didn't have any of his records in my collection. This is the Eddie Lockjaw Davis Cookbook Volume 1. Of course, I'll now need Volume 2, with Shirley Scott, Jerome Richardson. This is Prestige 7141. This is an original mono pressing, I think from 50, late 50s, probably 58 maybe. I could be wrong on the year. It's been a while since I looked this up. First track, Have Horn Will Blow. Love the name of that cut. Probably some smooth sounding stuff. I haven't spun this one yet, but it is. Let's see if I can show you the record on that Prestige Microgroove. This is the South Washington Ave, Bergenfeld, New Jersey label, and it needs a clean. But yeah, I mean, this was extremely cheap, so I gotta get it a new inner sleeve. It's probably the old original inner sleeve there. But always happy to find any old original jazz like this. I mean, that's the front cover is in fantastic shape, laminate. Extremely pleased here with that. And the only Shirley Scott I had was I think a VCLT record from Dom at Seeking a Thread. So yeah, add some. I can't remember if Shirley was married to Lockjaw Davis or someone else. Someone helped me out in the comments with that. They could have been husband and wife. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's the case. So that's a cool one. This was my favorite find of the dig. This was in the new arrivals, the Octopus Project, 1/10,100,000,000,000. And I didn't have any of the Octopus Project on vinyl. I only have CD. So we grabbed this one. My friend Joe's had this record forever. Great fucking band. I've seen them twice. Once at the Milestone here in Charlotte, and once up in, where was it? On Franklin Street, Chapel Hill, at Local 506. And great band, Austin, Texas band. the front woman in the band is a theremin player, and she's amazing. And she dresses like out of the 50s and is, yeah, freaking awesome. I think her husband's in this band with her. I could be wrong about that. On guitar. Cool fucking band. This is, I can't remember what year. It's been out forever, but I was happy to find it. I have another one of their records on CD I'd like to find at some point, but this still has the original insert there, which was cool. That has a download code for it. Yeah, this is from 2005. And this is dead mint, clean record. They're on YouTube, and worth checking out just to hear her on the theremin. It's such a cool instrument. Yeah, and they've only come around twice, and I've been able to see them both times. I don't think they've come around Charlotte since. I don't even know if they're still together. I doubt it. And then last but not least, I hit up the weird section in Lunchbox. At least that's what I call it. It always has gems in there. This was a couple of bucks, so I grabbed it. Excuse me. This is the piano music of Eric Satie, played by Aldo Ciccolini. And one or both of these names stuck out to me from all the videos I watched of Rob It Sounds Strange, who we miss dearly. The world would be a better place if he came back to the VC. And just, maybe, Rob, come back and just turn off the comments section on your videos. You can just post videos and not have to comment with anybody. You can do it. But yeah, I've spun the first side of this. Haven't spun side 2 yet, but it's not all the way straightforward, and it's not all the way avant-garde. It's somewhere in between. There's a nice little balance to what's going on here, and it's a very enjoyable record, all piano. Great compositions. This is really good. I was very happy with picking this up for a few bucks, and it's on the EMI HMV His Master's Voice label, and it was in great condition. Sounds fantastic. I love when I find anything on this label. Usually records from India are on this label, but this was just a different find, something to add to the classical section here in the house. It's gaining a little more steam. I'm pretty selective with what I pick up with this kind of stuff, so I've been happy with that one. I'll spin side 2 of that soon. Next, I got this CD in the mail from Walmart, of all places, because Jim said you could get it at Walmart online, cheap, and he was not wrong. And I thought I ordered the record, but I ended up getting the CD. I completely biffed and ordered the CD, but that's fine. This will be in the car. I have volume 2 of for the record. Greek Fusion Orchestra Volume 1 on Taranga Beat. This is for Kyriakos Stetsis, who composed this. Fucking badass. This one's a little bit different than Volume 2, but still fun, just absolutely phenomenal stuff. 1976 Greece, just the best fusion shit you're ever going to hear in your life. Thank you to Jim and Sherv for turning me on to this stuff. Next, some VCLT. This came from David Sequoia Flame down in Florida. If you're not subbed to his channel, you need to be. Energetic guy. Shows all kinds of stuff that no one ever shows. He's really into Acid Mother's Temple. He's also into any of the old school Florida punk stuff, which is really cool to see and check out, because it's just a ton of bands that you never heard of. Anyways, he had a double of this record, so he sent it my way. This is Acid Mothers Reynolds Volume 2. Got 4 cuts on here, and this is like a super band, really. It's like Acid Mothers Temple with Reynolds and, was it UFO, or I can't remember all the names of the other bands, but there's a bunch of bands involved with this. This was recorded, I think, in Argentina. Yeah, recorded in Buenos Aires in 2017, mixed in 2019 down there. Cool record. I didn't have any Acid Mothers Temple or anything like this in the collection. So thanks, Dave. Some good psych rock. Happy to add that into the collection. Yeah, cool cover art too. Really cool. All right, next we'll get to my trip down to Florida. I went into just one record store in what did I do with it? Where'd I go? Not Sanford. I flew into Sanford. I'm trying to think of the name of the town. And it stayed in Orange City. And it wasn't Deltona. Anyway, let me find the business card. Found it. Okay. Steve's Downtown Music in DeLand. So we went down to go to some bar in DeLand, and it turns out the bar was right in the middle of the 2 record stores in DeLand, and I only had time to dip into Steve's Downtown Music really quick before getting the table at the bar we were going to. And so I found 2 records, well, 1 record and a box set. And the dude there at the record store was one of the nicest guys I ever met. I'm sure he had to be the owner, Steve Kimiluski. Cool dude. If you're ever in DeLand, near Orange City in Florida, it's like northeast of Orlando, check him out. It's a lot of CDs in there, but then also really cool pockets of records all over the place in there. You really have to dig in there. It's a digger's type place. But I dug through the reggae section and pulled out this gem. An original UK press of Johnny Clark, Can't Get Enough. And this is a fantastic reggae record. Rude Boy was one of the singles off this on the B-side back in the day. This has Johnny Clark with Roots Radicals involved. This is a very difficult record to find. It's on Art and Craft label, and just fantastic reggae album. I didn't have any Johnny Clark in the collection, and this was just a dead mint copy. It looks unplayed. The cover's in perfect condition. Yeah, the cover drew me in, and it wasn't a cheap record, but was definitely the coolest record that I could find in the whole place, so I grabbed it. So there's that. And then he had this box set for super cheap, and it's been sold out everywhere in Charlotte, so I finally grabbed it there, brought it back on the plane. Soundgarden Live from the Artist's Den. And yeah, this is one of the last things that got put out before Chris Cornell's death. Or maybe it was posthumous when this got put out, but yeah, very happy to have this. There's all kinds of killer shit on this. 4 LP. I'm not gonna pull it all out, but yeah, there are copies that come with a Blu-ray and CDs. This does not. This is just the 4 LP, but it was a freaking sick deal, and he also took some money off of both records. And didn't charge me any tax. The guy was freaking cool. Yeah, there's just everything's on here. Spoon Man's on here. Blow Up the Outside World, Burned in My Hand. Rusty Cage, Outshined. there's a couple things on here that had never been played live or put out on a record before. I think like maybe Blind Dogs, Feed Bacchanal. Yep. So add that to the Soundgarden collection. And let's see. Snuck into Repo the other day real quick, and because I knew he had a stack of the Black Flag boots, recent ones, and this one I'd seen around in the VC, so I picked it up. Black Flag live at the On Broadway, July 23rd, 1982, on Waste Management with a young Henry Rollins. So love me some Henry, so grab this, and it's on, again, colored vinyl, which is unnecessary, but it's a nice, really nice press. Sounds pretty good for a live boot. So add that into the Black Flag in the punk section here. I need to spin this today as well. Just picked this up the other day. Tons of songs on it. Yeah, this should be great. I think this was live in San Francisco. I think Mazzy's got a copy. Maybe I think maybe Richie sent it to him. Not sure. And then last but not least, yesterday, my friend Morgan, her band Blackwater Drowning, put their new record out. It was a long time coming. This is their new shirt, which is killer and matches the album cover for Sonder Satori. And it's only been released on CD so far, but if you like metal, this is for you right here. I don't show a lot of metal on this channel, but I try to support local artists that are fucking good, and Blackwater Drowning are as good as it gets locally in the metal scene. Phenomenal. Aria's on bass. She is killer. Jeremy Bennett, her, I don't know if they're married or not, husband or boyfriend, on guitar. Ron Dalton Jr. on guitar, and Chris Peavy on drums. Sick drummer. This is, though, the last project I think Chris will work on as their drummer, so they got a big hole to fill there. But Morgan shows a little more singing on this than the crazy screaming stuff, and the production's great. And they've got some videos up for like the songs Mortal Coil, Snake Juice, Saint. They got videos on YouTube. Blackwater Drowning from Charlotte. Well, I say they're from Charlotte. They're probably from Salisbury, really, but killer local band. Been a while. That's my update. Hope you're all well out there. Peace.